Hi guys, this is Michibiro for Project Fmile. Now, Project Fmile is a project that was started with an aim of spreading awareness on mental health and suicide. So we are currently in the middle of a pandemic, and this has all of us stressed out as we do not have answers to the many questions that we have. But let's all play a role in trying to flatten the curve. Let's just stay at home if you can. Please stay at home if you can. Also avoid spreading misinformation, as that will just cause mass panic. So do not spread misinformation. Ensure that you're getting your information from your Ministry of Health, from your government, and from World Health Organization and Center for Disease Control, so CDC and WHO. So get your information from the right website. So today's video has been inspired by someone I did not think we'd be talking about on this channel, and that is Trisha Paytas. Now, what happened is Trisha Paytas went ahead and claimed that she has dissociative identity disorder. Now, if you're here thinking that we're about to serve you tea on what's happening, no, we're not, because that's not our work and that's not what Fmile is about. So we'll not also be discussing whether it is true whether she has DID or not, because I'm not a psychologist and I'm not able to diagnose somebody, especially online. Even if I were one, I'm not able to diagnose somebody just from a video. So yeah, she did claim that she has DID, and she also called someone with DID crazy. And as people who've been fighting for mental health activism, trying to ensure more people are aware of mental health, we find that very degrading, especially as for me, I found that term really degrading and really bad, as you know, it's a taboo topic, and that's the thing we're trying to fight. We're trying to fight the taboo around mental health. So interestingly enough, DID, which was formerly known as multi-personality disorder, was the first mental health disorder I came to know of, and I was 12 when I learned about it. So the name was changed to DID, Dissociative Identity Disorder. The name is way too long for me to keep on pronouncing it. So yeah, let's get into it. So what is DID? This is a disorder that is characterized by the presence of two or more distinct personality states, or as the name suggests, identities. So there are two or more distinct personality, meaning they have different names, different traces, different ages, different backgrounds, and all that. So for us to understand DID, we have to understand the term dissociation. Now, dissociation is a disconnection between a person's thoughts, memories, feelings, actions, or sense of who he or she is. This is a normal process that everyone has experienced. Examples of mild common dissociation include daydreaming, highway hypnosis, or getting lost in a book or movie, all of which involve losing touch with awareness of one's immediate surrounding. So I feel like we've all experienced some sort of form of dissociation. Sometimes you're watching in a movie and you get so engrossed in it that you forget your current surroundings, and that happens to all of us. Now, during a traumatic experience such as an accident, disaster of crime, victimization, dissociation can help a person tolerate what might otherwise be too difficult to bear. In situations like this, a person may dissociate the memory of the place, circumstances, or feelings about of the event, as mentally escaping from the fear, pain, and horror. This may make it difficult to later remember the details of the experience as reported by many disaster and accident survivors. Now, this does partially answer the next question, which is what causes DID, or why does DID occur? Now, as I've said, it occurs as a result of trauma. So it is the brain's way of helping someone cope with trauma. So instead of a person forming one personality or integrating into one personality, instead different personalities or identities are formed in order to help this person cope with the situation. So you find somebody, as I've said, all these identities do have different names, different ages, just different, like they're completely different from each other. So with that being said, they have also different memories. So it helps somebody, or rather it prevents somebody from remembering something extremely traumatic. So that is why DID occurs. So from my note, it says it occurs as a result of trauma. Among the people with DID in the US, Canada, and Europe, about 90% had been victims of childhood abuse and neglect. The dissociative aspect is thought to be a coping mechanism. The person shuts off or dissociates from an experience that is too violent or too traumatic. So yes, I think that has explained why DID occurs. Now, interestingly enough, DID is more common than we think. I think we will be discussing that later. Yes, it affects 0.5% to 2% of the population, but it's one disorder that's rarely talked about. And with that being said, I think you guys should go check out DissociaDID's channel. She was a person that Trisha Paytas called crazy. She does a very great job of, they do a very great job of educating people on life with DID. Also, there's a video by Anthony Padilla where he discusses, or he spends a day with people with dissociative identity disorder, and this video was extremely educative for me on my end. It's only 20 minutes long. I know that's a bit long for some people, but yes, it is extremely educative and I think you will love it. Speaking from personal experience, I learned so much from that video. Anyway, moving along with the video. So what are the symptoms of DID? Now, this criteria is set by the DSM-5, which is the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual for Mental Health. Yeah, 5th edition. So yes, the first symptom is that there are 2 or more distinct identities or personality states are present, each with its own relatively enduring pattern of perceiving, relating to, and thinking about the environment and self. So again, in Anthony Padilla's video, he does DissocaDID has a switch, which is basically a change between the alters, and you get to see how different the alters are. And there are alters that are non-living. For example, again, DissocaDID did an amazing job of talking about the alters. There's an alter that they have that is non-living. So yes, I believe you guys should check it out. So also amnesia must occur, defined as gaps in the recall of everyday events, important personal information, and or traumatic events. Now, due to the switch of personalities, someone does experience amnesia, as sometimes these alters are not aware of each other's state. So you find there has been a trigger for there to be a switch between the personalities. There has to be a trigger, be it a positive or negative trigger. You find that now there's a switch. Now in this switch, there's going to be gaps in memories. So yeah. The person must be distressed by the disorder or have trouble functioning in one or more major life areas because of the disorder. The disturbance is not part of normal cultural or religious practices. The symptoms cannot be due to the direct psychological effects of a substance, such as blackouts or chaotic behavior during alcohol intoxication, or a general medical condition such as complex partial seizures. If you guys want to ever, I do talk about complex partial seizures in the video where I talk about having epilepsy, and yes, you do have gaps in memories due to the seizures and all that. So yeah, I'll also link that in the video. I feel like it's a very interesting video, so you guys could check it out. Now, when it comes to the personalities or the identities, there is the host and there's the alter. So the host refers to is the most prominent personality state or identity in someone who has dissociative identity disorder. The other personalities beside the host are known as alter personality or just alters. The host may or may not be the original personality, which is the personality a person is born with. Additionally, the host may or may not be the personality that coincides with the official legal name of the person. So yeah. Another thing, I think that has also explained the next first question, is what are the alters? So let's talk about treatment options for DID. Now, one of the treatment options for DID is psychotherapy. Now, psychotherapy refers to talk therapy, the therapy which is designed to walk through whatever triggered and triggers the DID. The goal is to help fuse the separate personality traits into one consolidated personality that can control the triggers. This therapy may often include involving family members in the therapy. Hypnotherapy, used in conjunction with psychotherapy. Clinical hypnosis can be used to help access repressed memories, control some of the problematic behaviors which accompany DID, as well as help integrate the personalities into one. The last form of treatment is adjunctive therapy. Therapies such as art or movement therapy have been shown to help people connect with parts of their mind that have shut off to cope with trauma. Now, this is not the whole thing on DID. This is not DID in full. This is just a summarized version of DID to help you guys understand what dissociative identity disorder is like. Now, for more, you could check out DissocaDID's channel for you to understand what it is like living with this dissociative identity disorder. Also, check out Anthony Padilla's video. He does such an amazing job, and we get to understand how badly it does affect someone's life. You can also check out WebMD. They do a great job at explaining this disorder. And you can also check, I think, American Psychiatrist Association. Yes, I will link all of the things I've talked about in the description box. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Ensure you like this video, ensure you subscribe, ensure you share this video with your loved ones. So yeah, thank you for learning more about dissociative identity disorder, or known as DID.